And that's a journey. It's not linear. It's not like, oh, every day I just wake up and I'm like, I am that bitch. Yes.
I mean, you
It's like,
are, but I understand the
but
sentiment.
that bitch also has those days where she's like, oh, the bitch is a little tired.
Welcome to Had to Ask, the show where the people you love to watch open up about the parts of their story you don't usually hear. I'm joined by Jay Harrison G, one of Broadway's most radiant forces, a Tony Award winner, a trailblazer, and a true believer in joy as resistance. Jay Harrison G has made history, broken boundaries, and redefined what it means to step on a stage with truth, heart, and sequins as the first non binary actor to win in a leading individual performance category for creating the role as Jerry Daphne in Some Like It Hot, which also garnered them Drama Desk and Outer Critics Circle Awards.
Oh my God. Thank
I'm
you for
obsessed
that
with you.
invitation. And I have to, because I have to get used to it myself, also throw the Grammy in there too.
Oh,
Because we got Best Musical Theater Album. So I can't deny Grace. Her name is Grace. I named her. Yeah. The
you.
Tony is Antoinette and she's Grace.
Oh, Antoinette, full government name.
Yeah. Full government.
Well, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. You are someone who just is so filled with joy. And as soon as I was like, I'm creating my own thing, I was like, Jay must be on it.
I'm
And
honored.
I
Truly.
mean, you had no choice in the matter. So before we dive into the deep end, I have some questions that I just had to ask. So let's dive into it. So, if there was a museum of you, what would the souvenirs be?
Oh, okay. Actually, the souvenirs would be there's an artist in Tokyo who makes crystal art and has literally made pins of my face that are like one of them has the Lady Liberty crown and is rainbow crystals. So those would be
Ooh,
like the souvenirs.
that is so cute. And you also knew off the top of your head, which I really like.
That was like so easy. And like Tokyo has such a special place in my heart. Like it was my first job. I worked at Tokyo Disney.
Mhm.
I lived there for almost 2 years, and every chance I get to go back, I am, like, happy to return to Japan.
Oh, I love that so
Yeah.
much. So, who is your Broadway crush, past or present? You can also use this to get a date if you want. Do whatever you want.
Who is my Broadway crush? Well, I think, Norm Lewis and I have a thing.
Oh, oh.
I don't know, if you wanna just, he's just, like, the most sweet and handsome, like, every time I see him at events, I'm just like, "Hey, Norm, how you doing? What's good?" I don't know.
So, if this person is single, this is actually a relationship podcast now. Thank
You
you so
know?
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
And we
much.
love zaddy energy, you know what I mean?
We really do.
Okay.
Ooh, this is now going to be on the internet. And I love it. It's true. Okay, your go to audition song right now. If you even audition, you should
Oh
just
my
be offer
god. Well,
only.
it's usually, like, sing something from the show now if I'm
Yeah.
auditioning for things. Yeah, I haven't pulled from my book in a while, but it used to be Run and Tell That from Hairspray.
Really?
Oh, I mean, Mark Shaman and I actually joke about it all the time that, like, every black queen you know in theater, like, that was the audition song.
I love it. I for some reason I would not expect that from you, but I
Oh, yeah.
love it.
Because it gives you an opportunity to move, to show your personality, and, like, it really is the full package of a human and an artist to be like, "Okay, great. You want me? Here you go. Run and tell that.
What is a skill or talent you have that no one really knows about?
I'm a great baton twirler."
I have so many questions. Where did you learn this skill, Jay? And also,
I
why did
literally
you
just
learn
picked
this
him up
skill?
and just started twirling since I was a kid. Like, it could be it doesn't even need to be a baton. Just give me a stick and I will, like, twirl illusion, catch under the like yeah, and I was in the marching band in high school, but I played trombone. And,
Oh,
I
I was a
mean
color guard girly, and somehow I was also the drum major of my band my senior year. I don't know how to read music.
jealous. I wanted to be drum major. I mean, I also
Sorry.
wanted to be the majorette, but because when I was a kid, I literally would be the entire marching band in the backyard by myself. I like there was a patch of grass in our backyard that I would like turn brown because I was marching and being like, and my dad hated it because we had such a pretty yard, and he's like, "You're killing my grass."
Yeah, well, you're killing my dreams. Let me live my life.
And now,
Respectfully.
like as my career grew, he was like, "Okay, I guess I can't be mad about the grass. I can't. It all
Oh.
paid off."
He eventually forgave
Yeah.
you when
Oh
you're winning
yeah.
a Tony, you're, like, on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
I love that. Which Spice Girl would you be and why?
Oh God. I mean, I'd be Mel B. Because it's just like the leopard, the hair, the like the zhuzh of it all. And she's so fun and like silly and like she's all things to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that. I love Scary Spice for you because
Yeah.
also I feel like Scary Spice was the one who did not care what other people thought. She
No,
was like, "I'm just gonna do this thing," and like, "Oh, it's scary, but this is not scary. This is just fun and free."
that's the thing. It's like, yeah, she's scary spice, but you're like, nothing about her scares me. It actually inspires me. Yeah.
Well, I think that way about you. So if you were a Spice Girl, I would be the J Spice Girl.
Okay.
What is the most Gemini thing about you?
I must tell on myself. Probably between my indecisiveness and then I mean I can be moody. Yeah, there are many moods, many shades, many facets.
I love that. I am a Virgo and I have the same birthday as Beyonce. And so I know very little about Virgos, but I'm like, basically you're in the room with Beyonce, so you're welcome.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, except I'm not married to Jay-Z, thank God.
Oh, oh,
I said
eek.
what I said. That the fact that Beyonce is like a
let's
50 out
just
of
get
10.
let's just get comfortable.
Yes,
Okay.
the fact that Beyonce is a 50 out of 10 and Jay had the audacity to cheat on this woman,
I mean,
no man
but
can be
it
trusted.
what no. That let's start there.
Correct?
Um yeah, that I it's funny because I feel like yeah, she's a 10 out of 10, but people are going to do what they're going to do regardless. Eh,
Some people should be
yeah.
pushed into oncoming traffic.
Well,
Some people should find crumbs in their bed every day for the rest of their lives. A Nature Valley granola bar just sprinkled up in there.
tell the truth, okay?
I have so many feelings. Am I okay? What is happening? Okay. So, what is something that scares you?
Ooh. It's I'm actually in a season of really finding the answer to that for myself. Um and I'm every day that is like, ooh, I think I'm afraid of the answer because I'm like a lot of my friends think I don't have any anxieties. They think I like just have it all together. And I'm like, no, I'm a mess.
You're a hot mess.
Well,
Like
some do
literally hot.
some do like it hot. And that ain't bad. But oh God. I mean, one of the things I am afraid of is like never finding a partner truly
Mm,
because I do consider myself so much like spouse material. Like I am a cheerleader. I am someone who loves to pour into people. I'm a nurturer. I'm a giver. And I want to be able to share life with people. And I do that. I have an amazing friend group. But I'm like, oh, I've lived alone for like 7 years now. And I'm at the point where I'm like, no, nobody wants to share this with me. But even see, and this is where the Gemini comes in because I'm like, I want to share it, but also like keep your own space. I don't need you to live in my space. So Gemini, so Gemini.
I love that. Can I tell you, I have like this giant queen size bed and I'm 5'4", so I don't need that much space. I currently lie across it like horizontally, like I have been murdered. And do I want to share that with someone right now? No, I have a whole bed to myself.
It is nice. It's
It's
wonderful.
so
But then
nice.
it's also nice for your arm to like fall asleep under somebody. You're like, oh, okay,
You're stuck
excuse me.
there now. You can't move.
Yeah.
Ugh, I understand that. And I also think one of the many things that I adore about you is you are someone who feels like you just have so much love to give. And yes, I had this conversation recently about soulmates
Mm,
with a friend, and like, yes, you have. I think a lot of times we think of romantic soulmates, right? And like, oh, this is my person forever. But then I do think there's something really beautiful about building a community and having your chosen family be your soulmates too.
yeah. I've got so many soulmates and it's like overwhelming sometimes. I really am. I sit in meditation and prayer about it and I'm filled with gratitude that I'm like, oh, you have really blessed me with like a tapestry of the most incredible humans who love me down. Like it's overwhelming. And life is really in a moment right now making me have to just sit back and receive the love. To be like, no, take it. Like really take it and let your people, let your village show up for you.
Is it hard for you to receive the love?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's wild. 'Cause again, it's, like, easy for me to do and to give and to, like, be available for that, but then when it's reflected back at me, I'm like, "No, I'm good. I know you yeah, it's okay. I know you love me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now go back over there." Yeah.
I understand that. I think it's something that is actually really common with people who are creatives. We want love and we wanna show love, but it's hard to let people in and trust that, I think that they're gonna show up for you in the way that you show up for them. I find it sometimes that I hold that against people of like, "Oh, I'm willing to do XYZ for you, and you won't do anything." And I'm like then I have to ask myself, "Well, did you ask? Did you tell them that
Did you
that's what you
communicate
want?"
that? And, like, clearly communicate it,
Oh.
not just, like, drop a hint or do a little, like, well, I thought you would pick up on and you know that I" No, did you simply ask? That thing of being comfortable enough with yourself to say, "No, this is how I like to be loved. This is how I need to be loved," and not be ashamed to ask that of people.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think the fact that we feel this way, but that we've also chosen a life in art and storytelling and performing is wild because as a performer, I like everyone's like, "Oh, can you cry on cue?" And I'm like, Out of which eye? Which one do you how many tears do you need? What do you need from me?" You know?
Yeah.
But then it's like real emotion is scary. But I also feel like I laugh easily, I cry easily. All the emotions live here,
Yeah.
but that's exhausting.
It yeah. And then to do that 8 times a week a lot, you're like, "Oh god." I'm literally just, like, slitting wrists and, like, leaving a part of myself on stage. But something about that is it's like I said in my Tony speech, my mom raised me to understand that, like, what I had was something to be able to help others. And so I it's wild that people get to experience me on stage and then afterwards they're like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "Oh, great. I've been effective in my work. Now
Yes.
use that and go. Like let that fuel your life." And I really do. I love being able to do it and leave it in the theater and then like go live my life in the streets of New York.
You're out in the streets, you're thriving. If you were not a performer, what would you do?
I'd be an event coordinator. And I'd say would, but someday will be a part of my brand.
Tell me more.
Um, I love like I'm a big sap when it comes to weddings and romance and
Mhm.
like I will plan everybody's wedding if I could. Since I was a kid, I would always like envision every theme, every color combination. Like, yeah, I love a wedding. I'm also like officiate. I can be an officiant in New York. So
Same.
if
Should
you
we
need
just
a
start a business officiating people's weddings?
yes,
Don't do this. We would be so fabulous. This bride would be like, "Oh, I need to change."
they'd have the dream wedding though.
Yes.
All right,
All right.
you
I'm
heard
here
it
for
here
it.
first.
We're doing it. We're having a business. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it. Ready for it. So I know that you were twirling your baton or sometimes a stick in the backyard.
yeah.
Did you always know that you wanted to be a performer or that this was even an option for you?
No, it wasn't until junior year of high school that I made the decision. Before then, I was gonna do communications, PR. My mom wanted me to go be a lawyer. Just like, "Go be the next Johnny Cochran. You love to argue with
Oh,
people."
the reasoning is diabolical, but
And I was like,
also,
"I don't like to argue. I just like to get answers."
and I'm sorry, it's not arguing if you are right and people are wrong. That sounds like a you problem.
And I don't like to claim that I'm always right, but when you find the lie, let me know.
Correct. Wait, so I feel like if you were a lawyer, you would almost be like, you'd almost be Elle Woods.
Bury that. Because it would always be the looks and the things and the like everything, the fullness of it all.
Honestly, when people go into court and they look a mess, I'm just like, For what purpose?"
When people walk the streets of their life and look a mess. Like, my mother raised me to, like, look like something when you leave home. Like, never look like a throwaway child.
Well, I feel like, yes, it's for the look, but also I feel like when I am dressed in a way that makes me feel good, I go out into the world, I'm kinder, I'm more confident,
Yeah.
and I feel like the things I'm able to do are just elevated. They're better. I mean, I do live for a good sweatpant as well,
I
but
mean, I've gotten into a sweatpant recently. I
Mm,
have. I mean, it's like a bright highlighter pink, but, yeah.
I like that. I'm here for it.
And it's funny because I almost fought it. Like, I was like
Why?
I oftentimes, as loud as I can be, I will still play small. Yeah.
Jay,
Something I'm working on.
why?
Because being raised in North Carolina in a missionary Baptist home it was just kinda like, "Don't do too much, stay in your place, don't be too loud, don't make too much noise, just go along to get along." And I did that for a very long time, and I'm still unpacking and releasing that. Be like, "Oh, right. No, I deserve to take up space." And, like, then teaching my mother that, and she's 72, and but to think about her journey and her experience, she was a part of some of the first integrated schools in North Carolina, and she used to, like, pick cotton before going to school, like, that black woman in America has never been given space to take up, and to, like, get her to take her to the Tony Awards. That she's still her brain is still like, what happened?" Like, she didn't remember getting back to her hotel that night, and it was a long day, and she didn't drink, so it was just like, she still can't be like, "Well, how did I get back home?" I was like, "Mom, I got you a lift." She's like, "But where did the car come from?" And, like, her brain that whole day just, like, short circuits in her mind.
Well, I was reading something about you and your mother, and I read that not only was your mom, out there picking cotton, but it was like 100 pounds was $3.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you could just get her a lift, get her a car. I mean, let's also talk about the fact that like 15 years ago, the idea was do not get in a car with strangers. Now I'm like, is this my lift? Is this Uber? Okay, this is mine. And then you get in the car and you're like, wait, this isn't mine. Sorry, sorry, let me get
Yeah,
out. And I'm like,
yeah.
what is
It
happening?
is wild. I do think about that often too, where it's like, "Oh, I just hop in a car with a stranger all the time." And then we ride in silence.
Yeah.
Cool, okay.
But it's so interesting, and I think it's really beautiful that your mom has gotten to see these dreams come to fruition for you when I mean, being in her 70s, her dreams when she was 10 are very different than your dreams. Like, you have the capacity to do anything.
Yeah, and it really baffles her. She watches me perform and she's still like, "How do you do this?" I'm like, "Again, you saw me in the backyard being the entire marching band. Why are you surprised?" But it really gags her when she saw something like a hot she saw it the day before the Tonys. That was her one time seeing the show. And we went to dinner between the shows and she was just sitting there holding herself. I was like, "Mom, are you okay? Like, what are you going through?" And she just I might as well have popped a balloon. She just, like, burst into tears. She's like, I don't know how you do that, and then you just belt that out 8 times, and then the people at the stage door and the security people and yeah, I was like, "Yeah, this is what I do.
That is
Welcome
a
to it."
beautiful welcome to it. You've had such a fascinating journey from performing at Tokyo Disneyland to cruise ships, all while developing your drag persona, Crystal Demure. What did those early stages of your career teach you about yourself as a performer, and how did
Mm.
Crystal come to life during that time?
Oh my gosh. Oh, they taught me so much. I was so bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and I wanted to be best friends with everybody, and I learned very quickly that that is not how the world works. It wasn't a bad thing. It was a beautiful experience, and some of those relationships have come full circle, and we, like, love each other more than anybody in the world, but it really expanded me because I moved there at 19, and I've never been one to shy away from an adventure, so it was just like, "Okay, what does Tokyo have to offer me?" And it was everything. Um, and Crystal came before Tokyo, but that's just where she was, like, cultivated. I did my, drama showcase in school, and they had me do a scene where it was female wrestlers, and
Oh,
so the director was like, "Well, you're a big guy. I'd love to see how you play this role." And it just, like, kinda made sense, and he was like, "We're doing it in the showcase." And I was like, "Wait, what? You want me to play a woman?" Like, "Okay, ah." And the first season of Drag Race came out at the time, so I was, like, using it as a character study because I wasn't out at the time and
mhm.
all the things. Um And so while I was at Tokyo Disney, I would go home and just play on my photo booth app and do makeup and lip sync to myself and like just hone it. And then for my 21st birthday, I went out and my friends were like, "You have to keep this up. You have to do this when you get back to New York." I was like, "I can't. Nope." My like Christian family, they could never, I got to keep everything separate and hidden and quiet. And like, it just felt like that was the only way to proceed forward at the time. I didn't see the hope of the freedom I get to walk in now and the joy. And it used to be my excuse to play in cosmetics and do the glam. And I'm like, "Oh no. Every day of my life is an opportunity to live out loud."
Mm.
Yeah. So people ask me to this day, they're like, "Well, where's Crystal? Where's she?" I'm like, "Honey, she's always around." Like, yeah.
I love that so much. I love that drag has played such a huge role in your career, and I think about seeing you as Lola and being like, "I am done, like, I have somebody come get me. Tell my mom to come pick me up because I need to go home, like, I am unwell." How has your work in drag really shaped your Lola?
Ooh, it freed me to be available to do that literally around the world and to be open to my own healing. Um, Lola was therapy for me. That was parallel to my real life, singing Not My Father's Son 8 times a week, Hold Me in Your Heart. Like, I have full breakdowns on stage. Like, I could go back to the Atlanta Fox Theater right now and, like, feel how I was just like, "Oh god," like, just the things I was going through, and Crystal really helped me step into that and own every bit of it, and then find parts of me that I didn't know existed, and really just accept myself. It was wonderful prior to that doing I had, weekly shows here in New York, hosting parties, gigs, all the things, and people would come up to me and be so moved in, like, in a nightclub and in a bar, and they'd be like, "I needed that number you did today, and this is what I was dealing with at work, but that really just, like, was a release I needed," or, "This is what's going on in my family, and what you said today really" like, it was therapy for other people, and then I got to do that same thing for myself through Kinky Boots.
I think drag often feels like it's about transformation, but I feel for you that it was very much about revelation. And I am so proud of you and like the path you've come. Like I'm so proud of where you've come from, where you're going, and that this is just like the beginning, which is
Yeah.
crazy because you've already done a lot. You've
It
done
is
a
wi it
lot.
is wild, but it is about revelation for me, and it is wonderful to share that experience with others when friends ask me to, like, put them in drag, and I always say, "Give people 5 to 10 minutes and watch them find who she is, whoever she is." But they, like, will they see themselves in the mirror, and they're like, "Oh, wait, 5 to 10 minutes later, they're just like, "Oh, I know who she is," and, like, you see them come into this part of themselves that they didn't know was possible.
I I'm just so moved by the roles that you've chosen to take on because I think it's one thing to be like, I am brave, I am out, I am proud. And it's another to go, this is really scary. And we have to think like this wasn't yesterday. This was quite some time ago where the world still, even now, feels scary to be out, to be proud of who you are, and to be like, I don't want to wear cargo pants and Jesus sandals. I want to wear something fun.
Okay.
Cargo pants, Jesus sandals. Our producer over here wears them a lot, and they're bad. They're really bad.
And
Said
there's a
with
way to
love.
make it cute, but
No,
oh.
respectfully, no. Ugh, it hurts me. It hurts me. Okay. Speaking of transformation and revelation, your role in Some Like It Hot, we have to talk about it. When that script came across your table, what was your initial instinct?
I saw it as an opportunity to be a mirror to humanity for everybody. Like, it was a chance to just see an experience and connect to a human. Somebody going through a journey of revelation, of finding expansion, and that possibility for everyone. And so I was excited to share that with not just queer people, because it was like, yes, I was playing this role that steps into a queerness of themselves, but there's a little queerness in everybody.
It's so true.
And it's like, yeah, it doesn't mean you have to go put on a skirt or have to put on makeup or have to do specific things that define you as queer, but it's like allow yourself to be other. People look at me all the time and say, "Oh, I could never wear that. I could never do that." I'm like, "Right, because you haven't freed yourself to see yourself. You haven't given yourself permission to play in that area of life that you even consider." Like you think about it and you're like, "No, I can't do that because that makes me somebody thinks something of me." Okay, let them think it.
I love the idea of permission because I think so often in our lives we're waiting for someone else to give us permission. And why? That person doesn't have to deal with the consequences. They don't have to deal with what comes after the permission.
Yeah.
Things to think about. Things to think
Okay,
about.
ponder on that.
Okay. Was there a moment on stage or off when you were working as Jerry and Daphne that really changed you?
Um, I mean, so many moments, but it was one of those things that grounded me early on in the process when we were doing the first reading of the show, for me at least. And we were doing our presentation, and I had on a cute little black romper and like sparkly face shoes. And Casey Nicola, our director, came to me and was like, "You look cute. This is adorable. I love it. But for the sake of our producers, can you go find some pants for the presentation? I just want a clean slate so they're not swayed by the journey. They just see like a clean picture." And I was like, "I get it. Great." I was like, "I'll go TJ Maxx and buy some pants." And I was like, "No, I'm not gonna buy pants for this moment. I'll at least try to go home." And there was too much traffic and the train would have taken too long. And I had to stop. Literally, I stopped in the street on 8th Avenue and I was just like, "Okay, if my clothes get in the way of what you need to see, then this job isn't for me. Let that resolve in your spirit." And like, okay. And we went and did the presentation. I let it be what it was, and the rest is history. I mean, but it was a moment that was scary because I was like, "Oh, am I being defiant? Like, I'd hate to, seem like I'm being disrespectful or I didn't take his advice." And but I had to know within myself that no, if something you see gets in the way of what you need to see, then that's your limited thinking and not my ability or lack thereof in your perception. So it really changed me to stand firmer in who I am and what I bring to the table, and to be confident in that and to speak up. And so the rest of the process, it made it that much more safe for me to come into the room and just be myself and let that inform the work.
In your career now, do you feel that you still have that confidence and ability to be yourself? Or do you still feel like right now in this current time and climate in the world that it's a little scary?
No, I remain confident in that, and I take pride in it, and I know that that's why people call me into the room. They know that I will inform something and bring something that will bring clarity and truth to that. I try to do everything in life with intention and purpose, but most importantly with love.
I feel that so much. I was really honored to be in that really hot room up in Harlem, Washington Heights.
Washington Heights.
We were in Washington Heights.
Yeah.
I was there in the audience in a burning hot room in a full ball gown.
Yeah. It
Mm.
was yeah, one of my best friends was in the theater that day, and they were sitting up in the balcony, and they, like, had a heat stroke and threw up after they left the building because it was that hot, and, like, when Alex Newell got up and was like, "I ain't gonna hold y'all because it's hot." It was like, "No, it's hot," and if that's
No,
how we felt
truly.
downstairs, oh, it was wild.
And of course, we're talking about the Tonys in 2023, the
Yeah,
year that you were nominated and then won for Best Actor in a Musical for Some Like It Hot. That was one of the most groundbreaking, beautiful nights that I will never forget, even though I was sweaty for a very long time.
yeah, I won't forget it either.
Tell me about that moment when you found out that you were even nominated, because that's just to be nominated is, people are like, "Oh, it's an honor to be nominated." In that instance, actually an honor to be nominated.
Like, truly an honor, and they asked me which category I wanted to be considered in, and that was just, like, a whole thing I had to really accept, and in that moment, I had to go to the Tonys in my head when they asked me to be like, "Well, what do I stand for? What do I represent? And how do I feel, and what do I have to say?" And then to get nominated, that moment was crazy because we were on the Today Show, and they were on the air taping, and we were, like, prepping in the wings, so we had to be quiet. I just happened to have my phone on me, and I just, like, pulled it out to just check and updates, and I pulled my phone out and it said, Tony nominee, and I was like, and my entire cast was standing around me and they just saw my face and like, "What? What?" I was like, "Well, we got best musical and I got nominated as best actor." And we had to be quiet and it was like the worst thing. We were just sitting there like, like, "Please go to commercial, go to commercial, go to commercial."
Oh my gosh, I love that you were surrounded by people who know you and love you in that moment.
Oh, I it just ooh, it might take me out now. Like, it was overwhelming because I was literally sitting on the floor and they were all standing around me, and I was just looking at all of them like, "You people, we have done this together." Like, ah, yeah,
I love it. That makes me so happy and makes me feel so proud because you're not gonna be the first, you know? Like,
no,
not only did you, like, open the door, but you're like, "Let me kick this down and let me also make way for other people." I don't think people give that sort of credit to you of, like, you had your choice. You were like, "I'm gonna do this, and I'm scared, and I'm still gonna do it." It's so easy to be deterred by the idea of what it could be and how people could react. Because it's not like, oh, if I was nominated for a Tony as a cis woman, it's someone who is different and is playing a role that is different. Like, you should be so proud.
thank
I hope
you.
you
No,
are.
it's that was the thing. I had to, like I said, I had to go to that moment in my head and remind myself, I'm going to be me regardless of what labels you put on me or how you compartmentalize me to make sense to you. I have to stand firm in who I am and know that wholeheartedly. So I was like, great, you can literally put me wherever you want. I'm going to show up as me. And that's the fun of being me. It's like, oh no, I know I'm other. And I take pride in that. And it is wonderful to get to inspire that in other people, to celebrate that in other people. I love talking to people and they're like, oh, I do this weird thing. And I'm like, or somebody told you it was weird and you accepted it.
That
It could just be you. And that's okay. It's enough.
I love that. It's enough. Did you finally feel like you got to a point where you were like, I am enough when you won for Best Actor?
I honestly, I didn't need that to validate it. It was the thing of once I got it, I had to remind myself, oh no, the excellence has always been there and will continue to be there. Whether somebody acknowledges it with an award or recognition in any way, it's like I have to know that for myself. And that's a journey. It's not linear. It's not like, oh, every day I just wake up and I'm like, I am that bitch. Yes.
I mean, you
It's like,
are, but I understand the
but
sentiment.
that bitch also has those days where she's like, oh, the bitch is a little tired and like, is it okay? The light is not as bright today. And that's okay.
You've said before that you feel you're a vessel and not just a performer. What do you what do you feel called to right now in your life?
Mm. It's continually taking pride in getting to be Black queer joy. That is a privilege to get to be that in the world. And that's what I'm called to every day. And it's that moment when I get dressed every day and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going out into the world. Well, how do I present? What do I give?" And it's like, "Well, yeah, come from that place of Black queer joy because I know that my existence is a political statement. Without opening my mouth, somebody has something to say or think about me. So I might as well give them something to look at."
I mean, you are like not just a snack, you're a whole meal. Was this initially just a podcast that we spoke into mics? Yes. And then I was like, Jay's coming. We got to get cameras. We need video. We need to document this. I'm just saying.
I take pride in that. That it is becoming like people are like, "Oh, Jay's coming. What are they wearing?
What are they
What's
wearing?
happening? What's it giving? What's it giving?"
If you had to write a letter to your younger self, twirling that baton in your backyard, wearing down the grass, what would you say?
Mm, you really wanted to get me today. Your joy is powerful. Your existence is necessary. There's purpose in your everything. And stay true to who you are and know that you can really make a difference in so many people's lives.
That is beautiful and so special. This is just the start. Do you feel that for yourself?
Yeah. It's wild because I'm like, well, this is where we're popping off. We're just going to, okay, all right. And people are like, well, what's your dream role in the things and that? And I'm like, my end all be all goal is just to entertain the world in whatever capacity God allows. That has truly always been my dream. It's just like, okay, well, I don't that can look a lot of different ways. And I keep being proven that like, yeah, you can make up your own plan, but like it it will look greater than that, than what you can even expect for yourself. So I'm just like, all right, what you got next? What else we doing?
I feel like there is still so much ahead of you. And when I think about the Tonys, I think about that sort of curse that everybody hears about. Like the year after the Tonys will be your worst year. You won't book at work. Nothing will happen. Did that happen for you?
No.
Yes. We
I
love that.
I've had wonderful expansive jobs that have really taught me even more already. Like last summer we did the out of town of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil at the Goodman Theater, and I got to play the Lady Chablis, and like, whoa, to commune with that being, to like connect with her and to really find that role. I also fought it to begin with because I didn't want it. I was like, "Mm-mm, go find somebody else. I don't want that mantle. I want somebody like, please," because I know people are gonna have a lot to say about me playing this role,
Mm.
and that's me jumping back into the fire of expanding. But then I'm like, "All right, that's a part of the calling." When you're creating a blueprint that doesn't exist, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
I do feel like that's been a through line of your career. You're creating the blueprint, and what I love about creating the blueprint is that it's not just a blueprint that you keep to yourself in a little corner for you. It's no, literally, you want to open the door and keep pulling, dragging, getting everyone else through that door. I don't feel like that's always the case. As a performer, sometimes I feel like I have to hold things really close because if I don't, then someone else will get in, and then once they get in, it means I am out, and I don't think that that's not the case, but it's interesting that as a society, we often feel that way, that there cannot be room for someone else.
No, and I'm grateful to people like Billy Porter who feel the same way, who Billy, every chance he gets, cheerleads me. And he literally has said to me, he's like, I may be the first, but I can't be the only. Like, come on. And the opportunities he's given me in jobs, and but not just because we're friends or not because but it's like, no, I see your talent. I see what you bring to the world and I celebrate that. Come over here. Let's do this together. Or if he can pass me off to somebody else, it's like, yeah, I cannot be the only one. And it is. It's why I did Jerry Daphne, to show people it's like, "Oh, yeah, there's so much opportunity for you to come see yourself now, take that energy." I can't tell you the amount of times I would stand behind the curtain at the top of act 2 and just think about, "Oh, someday somebody has to stand in this spot and, like, do this on the road or in another production somewhere." And then to come find out the person who's playing it on the road, Tavis, is from North Carolina, literally the town next to where I'm from. His father was a minister as well. He said to himself, if he got the role, he had to come out to his family. Like it was a like pivotal changing moment in his life. And he reached out to me. And so I've gotten to be able to pour into him and to mentor him a little bit and support him, and it's been, like, the most beautiful experience. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, again, this picture looks even more beautiful than I could have imagined."
Was there ever a moment where you thought you might be done, that you might not be a performer anymore?
No, no.
This is what you are called to do.
Yeah. Like, I and I knew it early on, but again, I didn't have the perception that it was a job and a possibility. But growing up in church, I could go back to when I was singing in the youth choir and, like, standing there and singing a solo and the church just, like, being moved, and I was like, "Oh, there's something here. I'm effective, like, people feel things when I do this. Okay, lock that away for later." And to see how that has just, like, grown, it's like, "Oh, wow, okay, you are effective." And I was always told growing up that I was a minister and I had a calling. I'm like, "Oh, that hasn't changed. I'm still ministering. I'm still reaching hearts and minds. It just looks differently than what I was told was possible."
And speaking of faith, it definitely plays a role in your upcoming role and your upcoming show. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, Saturday church at New York Theater Workshop. which I'm so excited about. We've been doing readings for it for the past couple years. Um, and it is going to be a good time. I recently went into the studio and recorded a demo for one of the songs, and like we're gonna do some performances here and there throughout the year leading up to our run. And it's a good time. I was like, I don't know how much I can share, not share. I was like, I don't want to give too much away, but with music from Sia and Honey Dijon, and then we're directed by Whitney White, it's gonna be like special.
What drew you to this role in particular?
I mean, again, faith is a big part of my life, and to get this queer coming of age story, and the beauty of faith as a foundation in queerness and what that can foster and what it can nurture. We are so limiting of who God is and what's possible and what belief can be. And Saturday church is a moment to really show the grace of God beyond the four walls of a church, of a literal building, and really expand our connection to faith and love.
That brings me so much joy. I love hearing your story. I love where you came from, where you're going. And one thing that really struck me about you is you have a very specific routine in the morning with a little bit of affirmation on your own. You have your own little prayer. Can you share your prayer to us before we head on out?
Yeah, I always start my day with the Lord's Prayer, and I say my own personal prayer. Um, and then I repeat the lyrics of my friends' songs, the Shandellas. They have a song called The Lullaby. And the lyrics of it say, I am what God made, beautiful and brave. Every fiber of me is perfectly lovely. I will be myself today. And I repeat that to myself every morning, just to remind myself that every part of me, no matter how I feel, no matter what the day has brought me already and is going to bring me, I am perfect as I am, as I have been created.
Are you kidding me? Let me hold your hand. Boo. I am obsessed with you. This has been so lovely. Thank you
Thank
for being
you.
open and honest. It is not easy, and you continue to show up in the world in such a beautiful way. The world is so much better for having you in it. Now I'm obsessed, and now we're gonna have our own wedding officiating business.
Listen, it's a full service, full stop shop over here,
We
okay?
are entrepreneurial. We are multi hyphenates.
Yeah.
We're trying to make go to space money. If anyone wants to send either of us to space, I would really appreciate that.
Thanks.
How much money does it cost to go to space?
Too much.
If you had go to space money, like literally you could go to space if you were just like, whatever, what would
Mm.
you spend that go to space money on?
Oh, listen. Okay. I'd go back to Fayetteville, North Carolina and like change everything. I would just like revamp my city. Yeah, I would pour a lot into my hometown, to my high school, to our like marching band, our music department. That's where I was nurtured a lot. And I would love to, I'm excited to return home and continue rebuilding.
My answer was a little less kind. I wanted to not speak to anyone ever again. And I want to have a golden retriever sanctuary in the middle of Montana and just be around a bunch of
Oh.
golden retrievers, specifically senior golden retrievers, and not talk to people.
Like, I see that it was so beautiful, like, a goat in Montana of all like, that's
Yes.
specific, but, like, I love the specificity of
Thank
that.
you. I
Yeah,
mean, I guess because Jay is here, I too want to help people. I want to make people better.
okay, I mean, I can give my other answer. Go to space money. I mean, listen, the closet that would come from that,
Oh.
let's not even get started, okay? I do look at my own closet every day and I'm like, "Oh, we've curated something quite lovely. This is beautiful." And imagine what it will become if I had like a RuPaul Charles closet. I can't wait.
I cannot wait. I'm manifesting go to space money for both of us. Mostly you, mostly. I am manifesting go to space money for both of us. Mostly you because you are just maybe a better person than me.
No.
I just want to hang out with dogs and know people.
I don't need to hang out with people. See, I was doing
These
things
are
for people.
negotiable now.
No, I was doing things for people, but it was like I do it and then like go.
See ya. Bye.
Yeah. I don't
All right. Well, I think next up for both of us is obviously our wedding business.
yeah.
And of course, senior golden retriever
Senior golden
rescues and
retrievers.
helping people, whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
thank you so much for joining us. This has been Had to Ask. This is the incredible Jay. I'm just obsessed with you. Please book us for your next wedding. And I haven't seen Jay's feet, but I'm sure they're gorgeous. So OnlyFans,
No.
hey, I'm trying to get us multiple
It
revenue
I'm
streams.
and I'm being honest, the feet are not it. Literally, I want a Tony with holes in my feet. So, that's another story for another day.
I have so many questions, but I also do not want answers, but I also might. Jay, you're amazing. I adore you. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here.
for having
I'm
me.
obsessed with you.
Ah!
Holes in the feet.
Yeah.
This episode of Had to Ask was hosted and produced by me, Melanie Sutrathada. Filming, editing, and co-production by the amazing Joseph Loper. Filmed on location at the iconic Stay Gold Suite at the Chatwall in New York City. Make sure to follow, leave a rating, and subscribe. It helps the show grow and gets us one step closer to world domination. See you next time on Had to Ask.